Wouldn't it be cool if every legendary Pokemon got a Mega Evolution? Lately, I have been exploring exactly that in some of my videos with legendary Mega designs of my very own. And in today's video, we're gonna look at a few more. So let's get to it. Alright, so the Mega Legendary I'm going to start off with today is the Mega Legendary sponsor of today's video, Raycon and their everyday earbuds. If you don't have a pair of earbuds, you are missing out on a level of listening convenience that I can't even describe, but lucky for you, Raycon's everyday earbuds are the perfect ones to pick up because they offer the same premium audio quality as other earbuds for half the price. I personally use my earbuds while playing basketball and doing chores like mowing the lawn, and one of the things I really love about them is the noise cancellation that's included on the new upgraded model of the everyday earbuds. The noise cancellation is a game changer because it basically blocks out the world and allows you to focus on your music, your audiobooks, and whatever you're doing while you're listening. They also include multiple different gel tips so you can find your perfect fit. They come in a number of different colors. They have up to 8 hours of battery life with the charging case providing up to 32 hours of battery life. They have a litany of touch controls. They're weatherproof and sweat resistant. They have a 30-day happiness guarantee, and again, they are half the price of other earbuds. Not to mention, it even supports the channel if you pick up a pair, so head on over to buyraycon.com/hoopsandhiphop or click the link in the description and you'll also get 15% off plus free shipping, which I must say makes for a pretty sweet deal. Again, check that out with the link in the description, and a big thank you to Raycon for supporting the channel. Okay, so first up on our list today is Solgaleo, and without further ado, here is what Mega Solgaleo could look like. Now, with the idea of a Mega Solgaleo, I feel like there is one way that you could take it that would be a golden opportunity, and that's making it even more true to its origins as the Sun Pokemon by making it part Fire type, and becoming Psychic Fire. The one big thing about Solgaleo's design that's a bit obscure is that despite being a sun-based Pokemon and the mascot of Pokemon Sun, it's Psychic Steel type instead of a Fire type. Sure, it's got its reasons for being those types too, but even if it does technically make sense based on Solgaleo's origins, you cannot deny that a Fire-type Solgaleo would not only make sense, but would also be freaking awesome, as this design definitely shows in my opinion. I mean, it's a flaming lion for crying out loud. How could it not be cool? Oh, hey, wait, maybe that's actually why it's not Fire-type.
Hello there.
Whatever the case may be, though, a Fire-type Solgaleo would be great, and a Mega Evolution is the perfect way to make it happen. For its base stat boost, I would give it primarily some buffs in special attack and speed, to be able to take advantage of its new fire typing, and also, in the case of its speed, if it was super speedy, it could be a reference to the speed of light, since after all, it is based on the sun, which is the source of all of our light here on Earth. Since it is no longer a steel type, I think it would also make sense to change its ability as well, and I'm going to give it a new one called Searing Sun, which would give all opposing Pokemon a burn whenever harsh sunlight comes into play on the battlefield. So, is Mega Solgaleo something that you would like to see with all of this in mind? I certainly would, and with the return of Mega Evolution in Pokemon Legends ZA, who knows what could happen? Another Alola Pokemon, meanwhile, that could be great with a Mega is Silvally, and as legendaries go, Silvally is kind of forgotten about, since it's not your typical legendary Pokemon. It also feels kind of underrated as a result, but you know what? Silvally has a freaking awesome design, so let's go ahead and give it a Mega. This is my Mega Silvally. First off, it's still a normal type, but it has a new ability that I am going to refer to here as RKS+. This ability is basically like a dual-typed Protean and Libero, where Silvally retains its normal typing, but then it gains a dual secondary typing that is based on the move that it is about to use. So for example, if it used Hydro Pump or something like that, it would become a normal water type. I felt that this allowed it to retain its ability to be every type like it has in its base form, while also gaining an upgrade at the same time that it should naturally have as a Mega Evolution. Plus, I just thought it would also be cool too, so there's that. If we look to the design, meanwhile, you can see that it's gained an energy pattern that surrounds its torso, and this is meant to be a connection to Arceus's gold thingamajig that surrounds its torso, since Silvally was created in the image of Arceus. Finally, for base stats, since Silvally's stats are already even across the board, I would keep that the same and give 20 to each of its stats other than HP. I think this would make Silvally even better than it already is, but admittedly, it would probably still be hard-pressed to be more popular than Ogerpon, who is our next Pokemon we're going to look at. This adorable little princess is already one of the cutest and most beloved Pokemon ever, and a Mega would just add gas to the fire that is this Pokemon. Big shout out goes to my man Oscar first though for drawing the artwork of all these designs in this video, so be sure to check him out with the links in the description. With that said though, here is Mega Ogerpon. In addition to being a Mega of this already super popular Pokemon, this one has a little more to it that adds some layers to its concept and would make it all the more unique as a Mega Evolution. Since Ogerpon is all about changing its forms with its various masks, and these masks are held as held items, Mega Ogerpon would be a pure grass type that would come from the Teal Mask form, since it is the default form for Ogerpon that doesn't have to hold an item in order for it to attain it. This kind of acts as a trade-off as well with Ogerpon's other forms, since the other forms are dual types, so you could go the dual type route with them, but the monotyped yet stronger route is with the Mega Evolution and the Teal Mask. The neat thing about this Mega though is that it would also join Rayquaza as the only other Pokemon that would not need to hold its Mega Stone in order to Mega Evolve. This is because its Mega Stone would be embedded into Ogerpon's Teal Mask, and since the Teal Mask is a key item in the games, not a held item, the Mega Stone wouldn't be a held item either. It is true, however, that the jewels in Ogerpon's mask are actually Terra Shards, but imagine if each slot in its mask could hold a different kind of stone, so you could have both of them there, or you could simply swap one of them out for the other, depending on how you wanted to battle with this Pokemon. And then, if you wanted to Mega Evolve Ogerpon, similar to Rayquaza, it could simply use its signature move, Ivy Cudgel, while its Mega Stone is in the player's bag. That might make it broken, to be honest, but it works honestly conceptually, and it also fits perfectly with Ogerpon's design, so that is what we're gonna go with, because honestly, Ogerpon deserves it. I'd also use its base stat boost to give it 50 more attack for a whopping 170 base attack. And this comes from the fact that we know that Ogerpon can become a very aggressive Pokemon as we learn in the Teal Mask DLC, and it's also because in its Mega Evolution, Ogerpon becomes especially aggressive due to the Teal Mask becoming bonded to its body during its Mega Evolved state. Additionally, the remaining 50 base stats that it would have left over would then be dispersed amongst the rest of its stats in a somewhat even fashion. That would make Ogerpon pretty lethal, but admittedly, it probably would still not be as lethal as Giratina would be with a Mega Evolution itself. I mean, this guy is literally the devil, so it's nothing personal, Ogerpon, I still love you. Giratina is already menacing enough as it is, so you would probably imagine that a Mega Giratina would be insanely intense, and if so, you would be right, because this is what Mega Giratina could look like if it ever happened. Now, personally, I ain't even trying to go into the distortion world if this thing is lurking in there, and that was more or less the theme behind this design. It's still a ghost dragon type, and since, as we've established, Giratina is based on the devil, I wanted Mega Giratina to look like it was a legit spawn of hell, at least as much as it can be within the bounds of Pokemon. It even gains some devil horns in this form as well, so we have definitely turned it up a notch in terms of bringing out those origins. I don't really have a new ability in mind for it though, because I think it would honestly just be okay with what it has already, but if you guys have any ideas, by all means, leave them in the comments below, because I would still love to hear them. With that said, however, there is something fun that I wanted to do with Giratina's stats, because with the exception of the HP stat, since the HP of Mega Evolutions don't ever change, it would actually be possible with the 100 base stat boost that Mega Evolutions get to raise every single one of Giratina's stats outside of HP to 126, which would make all of them end in the number 6, and I think you probably all know why that would be so fitting for this Pokemon. So overall, this one is probably my favorite of the bunch for all of these little details that it has going for it and how crazy and intense it looks, and I think it all came together really well. But which one of these designs is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and all of that good stuff as well. If you want to further support the channel, you can also check me out on Patreon to get some cool extra perks, and you can listen to my Pokemon remixes on Spotify or wherever you get your music. And any support in any of those places is super appreciated and makes a huge difference in helping videos to keep happening. With that said, I'll be back with a new video very soon, and until then, as always, thanks so much for watching this one, and I will smell you guys later.